Hey, what's going on, guys? So I've had a bunch of people ask me, why doesn't Hokage Naruto now formally adopt Minato's last name? So essentially, why doesn't Naruto Uzumaki drop the Uzumaki from his last name and go by Namikaze? So essentially be called Naruto Namikaze. And that's a fair question to ask. And I think that when you look at the why of why Naruto is called Naruto Uzumaki, that it makes it an even fair question to ask, because with Naruto, the whole reason why he goes by Uzumaki is the third Hokage was worried that if they called Naruto Namikaze, that the many enemies that Minato had would try to target Naruto out of revenge. And you gotta understand, like, Minato had a lot of enemies. The guy had a do not engage order during the Third Great Ninja War because this dude was using Flying Thunder God and just killing dudes on sight. That's why they had the do not engage act. I mean, Minato single-handedly ended the Third Great Ninja War. Like when he had that whole thing where he took out 1,000 shinobi, 1,000 of those rock ninja, that's essentially what made Inoki say, okay, this is enough. We need to go negotiate. We need to negotiate. When you take that in, and then you take in the fact that Kakashi and Rin and Obito succeeded in blowing up Kanabi Bridge, or excuse me, Kakashi and Rin succeeded in it because Obito was already taking out the equation at that point. But when you take in those two factors and everything Minato was able to do, he had enemies in the Rock Village. He also had enemies in the Hidden Cloud Village because, as you guys know, like the Raikage, the Raikage tried to have Hinata taken. Like, the Raikage gave zero, the Raikage had no chill. He had no chill. And if you don't think that he would try to get his hands on Naruto, you're crazy, especially when you consider the fact that if it was known that Naruto was Minato's son, that would also mean that he's the son of Kushina, and a lot of people make the connection. Wait, the Kyuubi attacked the Hidden Leaf Village, Minato died, Kushina's dead now too. Oh, the Kyuubi's been sealed inside of her son. And I know some people are like, well, how come people didn't make that connection that there's a little blonde-headed kid running around with the Uzumaki last name? And you gotta understand, like, the Uzumaki, after their village was destroyed, the survivors were scattered all across the ninja world. And so there's Uzumaki all over the place. And while the predominant trait is red hair, what's to say that there's not a recessive trait, or it's possible that there's, other Uzumaki who have different color hair? I mean, in the flashback, we saw some of them with white hair, and the clan leader had white hair. So I mean, it's not out of the question per se. I mean, that's kind of the genetics thing, and there was nothing that fully connected Naruto back to Minato. I know some people could look at him and say, well, there's similar features, and it's possible, but you'd have to closely look at Naruto in order to say, yeah, that looks like the fourth Hokage's kid right there. He looks like he came out the fourth Hokage's nutter butter. And I don't think that was something that happened. I think the third Hokage played the smart thing there for those couple of reasons. Now, the other thing is, when you look at adult Naruto, Hokage Naruto, why doesn't he take up his father's last name? I've seen people say, well, he's Naruto Uzumaki now, and I've seen people say, well, it's disrespectful not to take up his father's last name. And here's the thing, I think you're both right. I think that it would be nice for him to pay an homage to Minato by taking Minato's last name, but Naruto made his fame, made his legend as Naruto Uzumaki. And he's gone by it for so long that it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense for him to be known as anything else. I mean, that would be like with me, like, I don't have a relationship with my father, but let's say that we did, right? Let's say my father and I got along, and I took up my father's last name out of respect. Well, everyone knows me by the last name I go by now. Everybody knows me by that. It's kind of the similar situation. Like, people know Naruto as Uzumaki. The name Naruto Uzumaki is what drives fear into the hearts of criminals everywhere. It's what makes sinners say, Naruto Uzumaki, oh shoot, grab the ninja holy water, he's coming. Like, you gotta look at it from that perspective. gotta look at it from that perspective. Like with Naruto, there's no incentive to change that. And the thing about it is, like, people clearly know that he is the son of the fourth Hokage, because in the Naruto Boruto the movie, like when the Viz Media subtitles came out for it and when it was being shown in theaters, you know, even 1010 remarked, right? Like 1010 remarked in the movie in that translation back in 2015 that when she saw Boruto use the lightning style jutsu and she didn't know he used the ninja tool, and she's like, oh, well, I didn't see him leave hand signs. Well, what more can you expect from the son of the fourth Hokage and the grandson of the fourth Hokage? And you have Mitsuki openly calling Boruto the grandson of the fourth, so people know that Naruto's Minato's son. Like, people know that far and wide, so there's no point in fear. And I mean, outside of Kawaki, right? That's gonna trigger people. But outside of Kawaki, who in their right mind is gonna walk up and try and attack Naruto? Say, hey, your father, he messed my life up, you're gonna pay. Naruto could just cock slap him and it'd be over with. It'd be over with. Like, Naruto wouldn't even have to use his own cock. He could just have the Kyuubi whip out one of the Kyuubi tails and just smack him into the next dimension. Like, Naruto is insanely overpowered, so there's no fear in him taking that last name. There's no fear. And in fact, you could argue, because of everything that Naruto's done, Naruto walking around with that Uzumaki last name, it connects him with a clan that was so dangerous, it took multiple nations teaming up to wipe them out. He's a descendant of that clan, and he's done as much crazy stuff that he's done. You know, Naruto's probably got enemies out there in the underworld as well. And so his kids are at a bigger risk just by having his last name. I think that shows a bigger set of balls on Naruto's part, in that he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm so powerful, I'm so fast. Like, if somebody harms my kid, I'll be halfway across the world for you freaking realize it. I mean, Naruto and Sasuke, in the span of a few minutes, ran across several countries. They ran across 3 countries in order to get back to the Hidden Leaf Village to have their final fight. So I mean, it's not out the realm of possibility that Naruto could just show up and speed blitz whoever tried to harm his kid. So I think that's why you don't have Naruto going by his last name, Minato's last name. I think that's why. But let me know why you guys think why Naruto does not use Minato's last name. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share, and never forget that Senju DNA is love, Senju DNA is life. Have an awesome day, guys.